What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including whether the XFL is returning, a WWE superstar may have a career-ending injury, Raw draws its second worst ever ratings, Bret Hart responds to Martha Hart's accusations, the WWE's pay-per-view schedule, Marty Jannetty has lost his damn mind, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Now, just before we get into that, I'd like to thank Ridge Wallet for sponsoring this video. The Ridge Wallet is light and sleek, and it's designed to easily fit into your front pocket. It's got a solid, sturdy design, and the durable material means each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. You can buy this one wallet and carry it for life. Guys, seriously, Ridge is so confident about their product that you can even test drive the wallet for 45 days, and if you don't love it, send it back for a full refund. I'm not giving mine back, that's for sure. This is my wallet. It's a classic, but it's too bulky, even with no cash inside. It's an unorganized mess with receipts, business cards, and credit cards. Now, all that fit into this, plus I even have more room with the money clip on the back. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and titanium, which is the one I have, not to mention a whole host of different colors. Now, they don't just sell wallets, they sell bags, phone cases, and all types of different accessories. So if you're looking for a quality upgrade to your beaten up old wallet, or you just want a wallet in general, look no further. Buy yours and get 10% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/Wrestlelamia and use the code Wrestlelamia. The links are in the description below. Seriously, it's the last wallet I'll ever use. Now, our first story looks at the XFL possibly returning. Incredible news being reported by The Atlantic as, according to Ringside News, Vince McMahon might be trying to buy his own XFL out of Delaware bankruptcy court. Some of the XFL's creditors apparently believe that this is the case. Jeffrey Pollock, the XFL's president, has apparently called venues in St. Louis and Seattle asking about reinstating lease agreements. The XFL is still largely owned by Vince McMahon through his Alpha Entertainment entity. Around 20% of the XFL is owned by the WWE. This could be an incredible story if McMahon tries to give the XFL another go. We'll certainly continue to follow this story. Next up, a WWE superstar talks of having a near career-ending injury. Now, WWE superstar Ember Moon appeared on Tuesday's episode of WWE Backstage and brought up a number of things. Number one, she said she should have been the one to break Asuka's streak and possibly redo her match against Bayley at SummerSlam, but unfortunately that can't happen yet as she's sidelined with an injury. As last year, she suffered an Achilles tendon injury. Sources said at the time that she could have been out of wrestling for at least a year. But Moon has stated that the injury could be career-ending. On the episode, she understandably became emotional when she thought of the idea of not even making it back to the ring ever again. At the moment, it's not concrete, but she's trying her best to get back in the ring. We wish her all the best, and when she returns, she'll be put straight into the women's title picture. She deserves it at this point. Next up, Raw draws the second worst ratings ever. The ratings are in for the 18th May edition of Raw, and the numbers are discouraging as the Red brand drew its second worst ratings ever, only pulling in 1.757 million viewers compared to last week's 1.919 million. Dave Meltzer broke down the ratings, observing, Raw dropped from last week's number boosted by Becky Lynch's pregnancy announcement, falling 8% from last week and averaging 1.76 million viewers. It was the second lowest number in the modern history of the show, trailing only the episode 2 weeks ago that did 1.68 million viewers. However, did they pull in the decent demo numbers? Well, Meltzer noted, Raw was third for the night in 18 to 49 at 0.51, trailing episodes of 90 Day Finance on TLC that both did 0.52. It was 23rd overall, beating everything but the two 90 Day Finance shows when it came to non-news programming. PW Insider's Dave Shearer provided a breakdown of the hourly numbers. And it doesn't look good. Hour 3 looks abysmal. As noted in our recent analysis, the 18th May Raw was a particularly strong show, and it featured two interbrand matches, that being King Corbin and Drew McIntyre and the Iconics vs Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. The WWE also built up the show through the week, but for whatever reason the numbers were down. Last week's show featured Becky Lynch's pregnancy announcement, which seems to have baby bumped the ratings. Maybe Raw needs to have more of these unexpected announcements. Obviously we can't have a pregnancy every week, but that's probably why many people tuned in. They wanted to know what the announcement was. Next up, WWE Pay-Per-View updates. WrestleVotes recently tweeted an update on the WWE's pay-per-view schedule for the remainder of 2020. This is assuming the planet doesn't get hit by the meteor, which can't be ruled out the way things have been going so far. That or aliens have landed and we're all enslaved by them. The reliable Twitter user tweeted, "I've asked a source for an update on live events returning. Status quo as of now, the plan remains to return to live audiences when permitted, which then depends on each state. Still a tricky situation. I wouldn't hold my breath for anything prior to July." Below is what the WWE had scheduled for pay-per-views after SummerSlam, to be decided if it remains as is. Clash of Champions on 20th September in Newark, Hell in a Cell 18th October in Atlanta, a Saudi pay-per-view on 5th November, Survivor Series on 22nd November in Dallas, and TLC on 20th December in Chicago. The big question right now is how the WWE will deal with SummerSlam. Originally scheduled for Boston, Massachusetts, the event cannot be held there as the city's mayor has banned all large events until at least after Labor Day, that being 7th September. Next up, Bobby Lashley compares wrestling Drew McIntyre to Brock Lesnar. Now, 2 new matches for Backlash have been announced, one being Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship, and of course on Raw, Edge versus Randy Orton in the greatest match ever. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the WWE didn't take into account Hornswoggle versus Swagger Soaring Eagle. Greatest match, my foot. But not too long ago, we looked at a potential dream match between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, 2 behemoths with strong backgrounds in MMA. While it doesn't seem likely Lashley is any closer to fighting the Beast, he is one step closer to the WWE Championship as he's facing Drew McIntyre at Backlash. Speaking with TalkSport's Alex McCarthy, Lashley commented on a match with Lesnar and compared it to one with Brock Lesnar. As we discussed in our video on Lashley vs Lesnar, Bobby Lashley is a talented star with the right look and skill set that should have led to a main event push straight from his WWE return. While that hasn't happened, Lashley is confident as to his future. Next up, are Canadian wrestlers still unable to work in the US? It looks like wrestlers who are still in Canada will be unavailable for US shows for the next month. Twitter account Lucha Blog retweeted news from Canada's CTV News that, breaking news, an agreement has been reached between Canada and the United States to keep the border closed to all non-essential travel for another month. Lucha Blog commented, any Canadian wrestler who works for a US company is out of play for at least another month. And keep in mind that not all wrestling promotions are created equally, and those with a sitting US president inducted into the Celebrity Hall of Fame may be able to pull some strings as necessary. Next up, Bret Hart responds to Martha Hart's accusations. Martha Hart has been making public appearances to promote the Dark Side of the Ring episode covering the death of her husband Owen. Be sure to check out our video tonight on 10 details that we've learned from the episode. But during the talk with the Wrap, Martha discussed a falling out she's had with Owen's brother Bret. Unfortunately, I have no relationship with Bret. Bret was supportive throughout the lawsuit, but there were a few things that were a problem with Bret. First of all, when we were going through that lawsuit, he really was hoping that I'd be able to help him get his wrestling footage. Because at the time, he had no relationship with WWE, and he was hoping somehow, if we ever had a settlement, that we could work it in it. According to Martha, the settlement did not include granting Bret any access to his WWE footage, and then when that didn't happen, he was very upset that he didn't get his footage. It prompted him to befriend Vince McMahon, the chairman of WWE again, so he could have access to his footage. This was the first fracture in our relationship. Owen's widow discussed how her relationship with Bret broke down further when she stated her objection to Owen being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. The Excellence of Execution issued this following statement. While I'm not interested in engaging in any more media mudslinging between Martha and myself, especially in light of a global pandemic, I will say that our fallout is multifaceted. To say that it only involved being able to access and use my WWE footage and photos for future projects would merely be an oversimplification and inaccurate. I will not comment any further on the matter. Again, be sure to check out our video tonight, looking at 10 things we learned on the second season finale on the Dark Side of the Ring. Next up, a new tattoo for the big dog. Roman's tattoo artist Michael Fatutoa recently posted a video of his client's incredible new tattoo. What do you guys think? Is it badass or a bad call? Next up, Marty's choice. Last but not least, former WWE superstar Marty Jannetty finds himself in a man-sized predicament, and it's a big one. And it goes like this. Recently, Marty posted the following message on Facebook informing his friends that it appears a mother and daughter want to get to know him intimately. I rarely do this, but I'm gonna ask your advice. She claims 20, which in Burma is legal, but does she look 20 to you, y'all? She said her mother is a huge fan of mine, but she will not F me first. See, this is the shit y'all don't get to deal with. Do you think I don't want to? But not trusting on the age. Wait a minute, what's that I hear? Oh yeah, it's FBI sirens coming to Marty's house. Has Marty Jannetty never seen Catfish? And if so, why is he posting this crap on Facebook? Guy has lost his damn mind. Please, somebody reach out to him and help this man. He clearly needs the help. But there you have it, guys, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.